Hello and welcome. Thank you again for volunteering with CASA. So the goal of today's video lesson is to help you keep a record of who you contact during a case. All right, let's get started. So once you're set up in the system, you'll get this email. A County Volunteer Console account has been created for you. This console is for logging the time you spend and actions you take on your CASA case. You can log activity with your CASA youth, their family members, their foster family or placement, the DSS worker, your case supervisor, and others associated with your CASA case, such as teachers and therapists. Your console account is associated with this email. If this is not the correct email to use, please stop here and contact your case supervisor to change the email address. If you are ready to get started, please set your password. This is the first step to accessing your new volunteer account. All right, so we're going to do just that. So once you receive this email and you've verified with your case supervisor that this is the correct email address, as that's the email address you'll need to log in, we're just going to go ahead and click on this Set Your Password link. Hopefully this is pretty straightforward. You're just going to set a password, something you can remember, and you'll use that to log in the system from now on. This is going to take us to the new case contact screen. You'll end up here when you log in. In most cases, you have one case and it knows to show this screen to you right away. So, okay, this is brand new to you, so take a second to look at the page and get familiar with the details on the screen. You can always feel free to pause or rewind or rewatch this lesson. So remember, you can always contact your supervisor with questions. We'll be using CASA volunteer tracking. This is an online system designed to log your activity and share your notes with your supervisor. This is the list of contact types. These are the individuals you have talked to or written to. Your list, depending on the case, might be shorter, and all of that gets customized per case. You can check off anyone you've talked to that day. So we want this all to be within a single day per record. You just check yes or no if contact was made, if you've talked to somebody, if you've written to someone, just go ahead and click yes as per your training. Contact medium, that's just letting the system know how you talked to the individuals we've checked off earlier on the list. Duration, this is how long you spent making all of the contacts listed within that day. Occurred at, this is the date. It defaults to today if you're doing it the same day, which often is easiest, but you can even go back and do it for days in the past and catch up. This just can't be in the future. So this isn't really a planning tool. This is to mark down that it actually has happened already. If you did have an in-person visit, you can mark the miles you've driven for any reimbursement. And if you do want reimbursement, just mark yes, right down here. Type your notes here. Remember that we don't want to keep any sensitive or identifying details in these records. You can give it another read right here too. Hopefully that was simple. Remember that you can rewind and rewatch this video as needed. I know for myself, when I'm learning a new system, I have to rewatch things a few times before I really get it. Luckily, this will be here in case you need any reminders or just want to double check something. And don't forget, you can always contact your supervisor too. So once you've submitted this, you'll end up right here on the CASA case details page. Congrats! While we're here, you can see that you can generate a report if you want. This will save a Microsoft Word document that can be printed for any record or emailed as needed. The follow-up button will save a note for yourself as to any next steps, and this immediately shows up in your own inbox and will take you back to your contact details. You can get back to your case anytime using this left toolbar. Just click on the My Cases button. On the CASA Case Details page, the Download All button, a little further down, will download all of your contact data as an Excel doc, which can be really useful as you're contacting people. Let's click on Edit Case Details. Here's where you can edit the details seen on screen. And also, just in case you ever need to change your name or password in the system, you can do that on your own. You just can't change your email address like we said earlier. So just go ahead and click on the Edit Profile button This is where you'd update your name as needed and even change your own password. Now again, don't be too intimidated by the system. Take some time to go through it, take a look, play around with it, and the most important thing is that you've really been contacting people, and with this just really helps keep you and your supervisor connected and informed on what's going on. Again, you can just watch the video again as you need refreshers if you're editing details over time. And please submit any questions you have. We will do our best to answer them. Thank you so much again for being a CASA volunteer. Your work is really needed and important, and you're really making a difference.